Right behind me, I've got the 2025 Ford F-150 Platinum. So if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. If you love car, truck, or SUV reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And thank you to Mayfield Ford for allowing me to review this beautiful Platinum. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you get with the F-150s, the safety features that you do get with the Platinum model, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. All right, so in terms of the different models that you can get with the F-150s, this will be the XL, STX, XLT, Tremor, Lariat, King Ranch, the Platinum that you're looking at, or the Raptor. And these also, depending on the different model that you do pick, you can also pick from different styles. So that will be the regular, Super Cab, or the Super Crew. And also you can pick from 3 different box sizes, and that'll also depend on which model that you do get. Now in terms of the different safety features that you do get with this model, this will be the Bliss with the cross traffic alert and the trailer tow coverage. There's also the post collision braking, the front and rear sensors, the 360 camera view, so I'll show you that inside, the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, lane keeping system, and the forward collision warning. All right, now in terms of what powers the Platinums, you do have 2 different engine options. Now the standard, this does come with the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost engine. However, this particular one does have the upgraded 3.5 liter Power Boost full hybrid V6 engine, which does produce 430 horsepower and 570 pound-foot of torque. The way that this truck is spec'd out, you can tow about 10,800 pounds with this. As for fuel economy wise, you're looking at about 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 10 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. All right, let's start off in the front of this very aggressive looking Platinum here. As you can see, this is in white, my favorite color, and everything else is blacked out. Now up on the front here, you'll notice on your bumper you do have the body color bumper, of course, and then this section here behind the license plate and on the side here is in black plastic. However, this little trim piece underneath is in gloss black, and you can see you have an opening right behind the plate area and then under here as well, and your front recovery hooks right there. Also, like I was mentioning, this does have the front safety sensors that do run across, and then you do have your very nice and unique looking LED fog lights. Now I like how this daytime running light kind of goes around and then kind of seems like it's one piece with the headlight, which is very, very unique on these. And then you just move into this very cool looking grille area. I love all of the openings and everything. It's not all that huge or in your face. It's nice and subtle, and it pops out because of the gloss black. Also, you have the blacked out Ford badge right there, and underneath you do have a forward facing camera. And then you just move into these very awesome looking LED front lights. You've got your turn signal lights right there in the center, and again with the daytime running light that goes around it. Very, very nice looking lights. And then moving up on the hood, you do have these 2 pieces on both of the sides in the black plastic and also gloss black. So again, even these look nice rather than having the hood all plain. So as you can see, with everything tied together, it looks very, very nice. All right, coming to the side of the Platinum here, you can see you have the typical F-150 looks on this, and you do have the standard bed size on this. Now if we take a look up top here, you do have my favorite thing in the vehicle, which is your panoramic sunroof. I love that. And then I also like how around your windows, it's not all blacked out trim. You do have the body color up top and then the gloss black in the center here. Also, you've got the body color door handles. And then even for your mirrors, you've got this in body color and then the black plastic here. And then on the side here, you do have your lights and then a side mirror camera. Like I was mentioning, this does have the full camera system, so I'll show you that inside. And then over on the fender, you do have this badge right here that says F-150 Platinum. It's in kind of like this black chrome look, which is very, very unique. There's more gloss black here, and then you kind of got this vent style going on. And this also has the power running boards. And on the side of the front doors, you do have the Power Boost badging. And then you move into these very unique and nice looking gloss black wheels. I love how these look, especially on this truck, and it having the black bits and pieces. And these are your 20-inch wheels. So if I do take a step back, you can see how nice these look on this truck. Now you also notice on the bed here, you do have the 4x4 decal detailing. All right, coming around to the rear of the Platinum, you can see the nice looks definitely continue, and you have a very unique tailgate, which I'll touch on in a second. So just like the front, the rear bumper is also body color, and it has the rear safety sensors. You do have the hitch there in the middle, and then if you look further underneath, hidden away is your spare tire, and then up by the license plate area is where you'll find all of your towing outlets and whatnot. And then you move into this tailgate. Now this is a multi-function tailgate, and on this you're going to find the F-150 etched in this massive size, and then another blacked out Ford badge. And then I like how they wrote Platinum back here. And it also has the backup camera, of course. And then if you look underneath, you do have your exterior lighting right there. And then as for your rear tail lights, these are also LED. Love the styling and the looks that these give off. Now, let me go ahead and open up the multi-function tailgate, and I'll show you how this works. So first, I want to open it up as a traditional tailgate, so the whole thing dropping down. And to do that, there is a button right here. And as you can see, it is power opening, which means it is gonna be power closing as well. So you can just pull it up or just nudge it with your knee if your hands are tied. So that's very, very convenient to have. Now, as for the door itself here, there is a little arrow right here, and underneath is the button. So if I just press this, it's gonna unlatch. You have easy access to get into the bed if you are loading this thing up with things. So let's go ahead and close this and take a look at what we have inside of the bed here. Now, one thing to note, this does have the tonneau cover added to it, which I think is always a good thing to have. So let's go ahead and open up the tailgate here. So inside, this truck does have the optional spray and bed liner. And like I always say with any truck that you do get, spray and bed liner I think is a must have, because you're not going to be scratching up the bed. Now, before we get inside, on the tailgate here, you kind of have like this work surface, so you can put like little bits and pieces, screws or whatever, and then like this measuring area. And then inside you have all of your box link connectors right in the corners there, and you do have your LED bed lighting in the back on both sides, of course. And this one also has the Pro Power onboard system, so that's why you see all of this. So the first one right here, you're gonna have this type of an outlet. So this is your 240 volt 30A plug, and then you have some down here. So if I just do that, you have 2 outlets there, and then 2 more. So 4 outlets in the back. Yeah, you can power a ton of things through this. And then on this side of the bed here, you do have this area, which if you open up, it's kind of like a hidden compartment, and then you can just close it off. All right, now on the rear glass here, the middle section is power sliding, of course. And then if you look up top right there, you do have the bed camera. All right, let's head inside and take a look at what the Platinums have to offer. So opening this up right off the bat, it is an all black interior. However, there are some bits and pieces that do stand out. Now down here, just like any F-150 fashion, you have a ton of room, a water bottle spot right here. And one thing that I do like this trim here compared to this, here it's kind of smooth and like just plain. This is a nice, I guess, textured section right here, which kind of pops out as soon as you open the door. This does also have the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and I like the plating that they use on this, very unique. And then you have more space in the middle of the door here, and then your armrest area is covered in the nice soft touch material with the unique blue stitching and the blue piping. And even this section here you have in this chrome trimming, which again stands out. And then you have another cup holder spot, or maybe if you just want to use it for trash, you can use it. And then this very nice smooth trim. All of this you'll notice throughout the interior, and that's what makes the interior stand out on a Platinum. Not only that, but you have more soft touch material up here, but then this suede material right here, which is very, very cool. All right, now inside of the truck here, just like the door trim, inside is also an all black interior. However, there are some things that do stand out. Now, first off, you have the perforated middle sections and the back sections on the seats, and then you have more of the blue striping here, and it continues on up here. You've even got the Platinum badging on the rear seats. Typically on a vehicle, if they have badging like this, you see it only on the front 2 seats, but having it back here kind of makes it feel a little bit more luxurious. And even this cool blue contrast stitching, it definitely pops out in black. And the rear outside seats do come heated, which is a plus. Also, if I go ahead and drop down this middle section, this is where you will find your hidden cup holders. Now, just like any pickup truck, you can lift up the rear seats here. Now you do have this area here. I'm gonna put the other seat up so I can kind of fully show you what it looks like. So 1 second. All right, now that the seat is up, you can put this up. It kind of locks into place. But you see here, you have a ton of room to put all of your things, gym bags, grocery bags, whatever it is. You can just store it down here and tuck it away by putting the seats back down. And even under the other seat, you have a little bit more storage area. So a ton of room in this truck. All right, now I really don't have to jump in here to show you the legroom and the headroom because it It is a pickup truck, but I'm going to show you for the sake of the video, and you're going to see how much legroom and headroom these things have. All right, so hopping in, you can see the legroom is just crazy in this. Even though this seat can be moved forwards or even backwards, whatever way, I have a ton of room. And then for the headroom, no issue at all. You can move around very, very comfortably. Now behind the driver and passenger seats, I like how it's all soft touch material. There's no plastic or anything like that. You've even got the storage pockets, which are on both of the sides there. And then on the rear console area, you have more of the nice chrome trimming, more cup holders here. And then you have your venting, of course. And then this unique looking trimming. If I just go closer, you can see the nice texture on this. Very, very cool. You even got the rear heated seat buttons, a 12-volt socket, and then if you move further down, you've got USB ports and a 120-volt outlet. All right, let's head to the front and see if anything else is different compared to the back there. Now, right off the bat, I can see the bottom section here is massive. You've got 2 cup holder spots up here, and then everything else is pretty much the same, other than, of course, your window controls, side mirror controls, and then the driver memory seat controls. And as for the front seats, again, just like the rear seats, the only difference on the front seats is even the side bolsters are perforated, which is very cool. And obviously the middle and the bottom section, you've got more of the blue striping, and then the same thing, the platinum badge on both of the front seats. Very, very nice. And the front seats not only come heated, but they're also ventilated, of course, if you are paying the price that this truck is. And not only that, but if you do want to get a little bit more comfortable, both of the front seats do have the massage feature. Now, to control these seats, you do have all of the controls on the side here. And if you want to turn on the massage feature, you just press this middle button and it turns on. Also, more chrome. And then on the door sill piece here, very nice door sill piece that also says platinum. Underneath, nothing too crazy, just your foot pedals. Over here is your hood latch release. Moving up, you've got your electronic parking brake, your controls to power adjust your pedals. Here you've got the light control on the bed where I showed you the bed camera. You got the gas cap release, exterior lighting controls, cluster dimmers, and then the side mirror lights. And then even around the venting here, again, very nice trimming here with the texture and the US flag right there. As for the steering wheel, this is power adjustable. All right, now when you're inside and you open up the door, you have this nice animation that plays on the cluster here. Very, very cool. And then you have an animation here as well on the main touchscreen. So let's go ahead and start up the truck here. As you can see, you will get the typical built for tough animation there. And then even when I turn off the vehicle, you have a nice animation that plays. And over here as well. All right, now once you enter inside, you do have soft touch material here, and then more of the blue contrast stitching. And then the rest of the dashboard is plastic. You do have the speaker here on the pillar, and same thing on the corners there, and then one in the center right there. Now this thing also has my favorite thing, which is the heads-up display, and again, my favorite thing to have in a vehicle. And then also in the front, you have your grab handles on both of the sides there. And then you move into this very nice, very crisp and good looking 12-inch fully digital cluster area. I love all of the details on this, especially the RPM area and the speed area. Kind of looks like gears, which is a nice little touch. And on here, you can view all sorts of different information, and all of that is controlled through here. So if I just press the down arrow, as you can see, just a ton of information that I can view. Also, if I press the menu button, all of these different menus pop up, and I can go into each of them and kind of see what I want to see. As for the steering wheel, this is wrapped in the nice soft touch material, and even on this, you have the cool trimming that goes all the way around. And then here you have that smooth trimming that you saw on the doors here, and it also says platinum. Now over on the left side here, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance, lane keep, volume controls, Bluetooth, and then over here are your cluster controls, phone controls, and then your seek controls. Now behind the steering wheel, you do have your wiper controls, high beams, and indicators. And then moving to the center armrest area, again, more of the soft touch material, the contrast stitching, the striping right here, and then another platinum badge. Now something unique about this is that you can open it as a table here, but before you do that, you just have to pop down your gear shifter just like that. And then you can just open this up and you have all of this space to do your work, put your laptop, eat your lunch, whatever it is, you have a ton of room. And if you just go ahead and close this and then open this, you have some room. As you can see, you can put some keys or whatever, and you can pop this tray out. Inside, you've got a decent amount of storage space and more USB ports. And if you do have valuables in this, well, you can lock it right through there. Now, before I get to the center console area, I just want to touch on the side storage here, which you have on both of the sides. So even on the passenger side, which is nice, and more of that beautiful, beautiful trimming. And then you just move into your center console area here. here is your gear shifter, and to bring it back up, you just press that. This even has like the nice material and the stitching. And then here you have some space for maybe a phone, credit cards, small little things like that, your front cup holders. And then you have this area here with more of the same trimming that you saw over there on the doors and more chrome trimming. Opening this up, you have more storage space in here, your wireless charging area for your phone, and then more USB ports. Now moving into this area here, I'm gonna start off up here. So all of your touchscreen controls, your volume, tune, you've got the seat controls, the play, pause, all of that. And then you have your camera buttons, hazards, and then your traction control. Right below it here is all of your heating and cooling temperature controls with the heated steering wheel button, heated seat, vented seat, all that good stuff. And then same thing for the passenger side. Now to the left of that, here you have all of your drive modes. You have your trailer brake controller. Up here is your Pro trailer knob. And then on this side, you have this 120 volt fuse, and then a 120 volt outlet. And also up here next to the screen, you do have this trimming, which is very unique. And then it also says F series. And then you get into this very nice, very unique and sharp looking 12-inch touchscreen. Now, something that I like about this is that you have your main screen here and then the smaller screen here. So you can view things on both of them. For example, you have navigation here and then your media here. So best of both worlds. Right now, I'm on the audio section. So here under sources is where you'll find the AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio, and all that good stuff. Next is your phone section once you do have it paired. Then is your navigation section, as you can see, and now it moved from there. Next will be the favorite section. So you can customize all of these to your liking, and there is 2 pages for those. Next will be the apps section. Here you are going to find your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This even has YouTube in it, so that's nice. And then under your settings here you can fine tune even more things about the vehicle, and you have 3 pages here to go through and just do what you need to do. And then finally, the feature section. I think this is going to be the most used section because this does have your driver assistance. So all this is your safety features that come with the truck, so you can turn them on, off, adjust them however you want. Now heading back, there's also the running boards, so you can play with them here. Next is the Pro Power onboard system, like I was mentioning in the bed. So you can turn it on from here, turn it off. You even got a generator mode, which is very unique. Heading back, there's also the zone lighting, again, like I was mentioning on the exterior. So if I turn this on, I can turn on all zones at the same time or certain zones one at a time or however I want. Then you've got the towing section. So here will be all of your towing stuff, your connection checklist, add a trailer, and all the other settings. And then you just got your owner's manual. And then you move into your smaller screen here. So if I just press the pages here, I can flick through a bunch of different things, and I like how I can see 2 different things on both the screens. And also let me show you the massage feature for the seat. So if I just press the button on the side of the seat, it is gonna pop up this. So I have the driver's side here. As you can see, I can pick through a bunch of different massage things that I want. And then here, if I just go to massage, I can also turn up the intensity however I want, and then even pick which side. So yeah, that's very nice. I can put lower, middle, or upper, and then same thing for the passenger side. So that's definitely nice, especially if you are going on long road trips. Now, if you look right above the screen, this little P button right here, that is to turn off your parking chimes. And before I forget, I'm just gonna show you the camera system on this. So right here, you have the front view camera showing right there, and then a bird's eye view. You will notice this little plus here. So if I click that, a bunch more pluses show up, and that's because if I click this, it's gonna zoom into that area, and then same thing for all the other ones. So I like how they have this, because if you are not familiar with driving a pickup truck, this makes it very, very easy. And then if you just click this right here, it's gonna pop up a bunch of different angles. So I have the full front view here, and then I also have, if I just click it again, the panoramic front view, so like a wider view. And here is another angle. So this is the bed camera, and then right here is your rear camera. And then if I click it again, here is your hitch camera, and then here is the side mirror cameras. And then this little plus one is for when you do have a trailer attached. And then this little guy here kind of gives you a split view with the side mirror cameras. Also up top on the dashboard, you do have this space by the speaker, so you can definitely utilize this as well. Put some small little things there if you want. Now up top, you do have your rear view mirror, of course, and then moving further up, here is an area for your sunglasses. You have your rear power sliding window control, all of your interior lighting controls. your sunroof controls, sunshade controls, all of that good stuff will be there. And here is the key fob for this Platinum model. It is the typical Ford key. All right, let's come around to the passenger side and let me show you the side storage that I was talking about on the center console area. So there it is right there. And then over on the dashboard here, not only do you have more of the nice chrome trimming, but then this nice trimming as well. And this does open up from right here. So you kind of have a hidden compartment area and you can just tuck things away in here. And then just your typical glove compartment space. And here is the window sticker for this Platinum. The pricing that you see is in Canadian dollars, and this may be minus any discounts if available. All right, well, that does it for the review on this very nice looking 2025 Ford F-150 Platinum. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this truck.